How you going, guys? Morgan here, host of this month's Stop the Sale of Victoria rally, where we the Victorian people will demand that our Premier Daniel Andrews comes clean with us regarding the deal that he has signed with the Chinese government. So guys, this is a really important issue, so I'd like to ask everybody to share this video and let's have a crack at making it go viral. So we're only about 2 weeks out from the event now, guys, and I'd just like to thank everyone who has committed to coming and everyone who has helped to promote the event. I just want to give a bit of a recap on what's going on for people who are maybe a little bit unsure or hearing about it for the first time. So basically, here's the situation. Daniel Andrews has gone to China and he's signed an agreement with the Chinese government called the Belt and Road Initiative. So this deal is actually quite secretive, and he has not released the details regarding what he has signed about this deal, much to the dismay of a lot of people. So we don't know what he's done, but what we do know is how this deal works around the world from other countries that have gotten involved in it. So basically, it works as follows. The Chinese government goes into all these countries around the world offering these huge loans, which are supposedly for the purpose of building infrastructure. But it's not that simple. It's not a simple matter of taking out a loan, building infrastructure like a bridge or a road, and then paying it back. These loans come with a whole host of usurious terms, and these agreements are very much one-sided, tilted in the favor of Beijing. So these loans essentially works as follows. So the borrowing nation must use a Chinese infrastructure firm over a local firm for building the infrastructure. They must use Chinese workers over local workers and use Chinese materials over locally produced materials. So that in itself is already a terrible idea by really any stretch of the imagination. But it doesn't stop there. Countries that get involved in the Belt and Road Initiative, or BRI for short, they're all complaining about the same thing. So substandard, inferior workmanship for the infrastructure, and often these projects are built with cheap materials. We see time and time again these jobs around the world, whether it's dams, bridges, roads, many of them end up falling apart within just a couple of years of construction. We're also seeing the issue with unsustainable high interest loans that often result in the forfeiture of state assets over to China. So simply put, countries that are unable to meet their payments, they have to end up giving over a port or a railroad or another piece of infrastructure, or perhaps signing over some mining rights over to China. And that's the broad speculation of what the BRI is designed to do, the mass acquisition of foreign assets around the world. We've also seen the issue of unemployment because of the BRI. So as mentioned before, with these deals, the deals stipulate that China will bring their own workers, so therefore jobs that should have been going to local workers end up going to foreign nationals. We've also seen an absolute rampant trail of corruption all throughout the world. So countries that get involved in this deal, we've seen hugely inflated infrastructure costs, and that money essentially getting siphoned out of projects and used to line the pockets of corrupt politicians, even funding the election campaigns of pro-Beijing candidates. So it's for this reason the security concerns that the Belt and Road Initiative has been rejected by most Western countries around the world, and all reasonable think tanks and government departments have expressed concerns about this deal. Because what it appears so far is that these nations that get heavily involved with China, they become susceptible to not just corruption, but political subversion. Because after these deals transpire, China has a vested interest in certain candidates. So this deal has the potential to jeopardize democracies. And I hate to point out, but considering how pro-Beijing Daniel Andrews has proven that he is, the Chinese government now has a vested interest on whether or not he gets re-elected. And I just want to point out that Daniel Andrews was not elected by the people of Victoria to work as a foreign diplomat. He was elected to be a state premier. He's got no business going to China and signing up to this level of contentious foreign policy with the Chinese government. He's ignored Canberra, he's ignored the experts, he's taken matters into his own hands, and he's essentially demonstrated that he's not acting in the best interest of Victorians and the future generations of Victorians. He's acting in the best interests of his billionaire buddies over at the Chinese Communist Party, and he's acting in his own best interests. This is what he has done is unfounded in Australian history, the degree to which he is acting so recklessly. So guys, We really must come together on this. We need to call him out for this behaviour. Daniel Andrews must come clean with the people of Victoria regarding the deal that he has signed with the Chinese government. So I've got a call to action, guys. I've got a call to action. Grab your phone out, and what I want you to do is send a message to 5 people in your phone, 5 people who you think understand the danger and understand the risk to which Daniel Andrews has inflicted upon us here in Victoria, and send them a message. That's it. Send them a message. Invite them to our event, March 22nd, 12 p.m. State Library. There's power in numbers, and the more of us that take to the streets to demand that he comes clean with us, the more legitimacy our cause will attract. So guys, rant over. Thank you very much for listening, and I will see you on March 22nd.